All right, Talkie Walkie, we're back. We're in Central Park. It's a gloomy day, but I got my pal Jacob Williams here. You know him from Comedy Central, from Roast Battle, from 12 seasons of Wildin' Out, and from the Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah! And we have the same college agent.
Yes, Bachelor, shout out. They all represented Kevin Hart, Bill Burr, us.
Yeah,
that's the most famous word.
The most famous ones. Yeah, I think that's where we met, right? Was that NACA
Yeah, I think
stuff?
so.
College stuff?
Yeah.
It's always like, okay, so college shows.
And I was like, this seems like a really well-balanced guy, not just because he's a juggler, but as a person.
No, I appreciate
emotionally
that.
balanced as well.
I appreciate that. I try. I mean, I tell you, like, NACA is. Well,
it's
first
pretty
of all,
hectic. Yeah, you're at these conferences, you meet a ton of students, and
so like each agency, like there's a big ballroom, and each agency that represents like comedians, musicians, poets, spoken word, like anything you would like hire to book at a college is their experiences as well. Yeah. And they all have like, it's like a fair, each one has like a booth with like shiny lights, colorful signs, and like promo stuff. And then the acts, like Jacob and I, after we showcase, we have to like stand in the booth and be like, hi.
Yeah.
Come and talk to us and book us for your show. It's very humiliating.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's like platonic speed dating where you're just meeting so many people and you're like, this is what I do. I don't know. And then, yeah, it's a lot of fun. But
it's fun
really
to be in the booth with you because people recognize you from Wildin' Out.
Yeah, thanks. Sometimes it's a lot of fun.
It takes it like, because sometimes people are like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm the comic. I just do some comedy.
But you're super funny and you've got like, great juggling skills and all those things.
I appreciate that. But
you're very charming. And
hey, keep going. I don't want to stop you. Don't want to cut you off. Keep going. What was it?
But yeah. So it's like, I don't have any of that personality. So it's actually funny you say that because like people sometimes recognize me from Wild Out, but if they don't know I'm on the show, like I did a show at a comedy club the other day and they introduced me, they're like, this guy was on Wild Out. And the next comic was actually mad because he's like, why would that guy say he's on Wild Out? Clearly that's fake. Like, he didn't even bother to Google it.
Oh, he didn't know that you actually were on Wildin' Out?
Yeah, like, I think it was an out-of-town comic visiting, but he was actually mad. Like, I guess he didn't bother to look it up because it's very Googleable whether I'm on the show.
You were on there for like 12 seasons, and you're still on it.
Yeah, but I seem so much that I'm not on the show that just him hearing that, he was like, nope, there's no way. I got to bring this up on stage.
How did you...
Like, he wasn't even, like, doing a bit.
Did he talk to you? Did he talk to you after or something?
No, honestly, I left during his set because I was like, I don't really feel like explaining how Google works. Like,
but like have you been on it the longest?
You do a YouTube search. I've done like 12 seasons. I think there's people that have done more than that probably at this point. I'm not sure. But I guess I might be the longest running white person on the show.
Yeah.
No, it's hard to say. There's been a bunch of people that have been on there a long time, but I just feel happy to be a part of it.
That's awesome. So. Seems like a great show to do.
It's a lot of fun. You meet all kinds of people. You're like collaborating with battle rappers and I don't know what
They were just dancing in the background. I just wanted to let them know that I knew. And I don't care. It's fun. That's why I'm doing this outside. Because I like interacting with people and seeing what happens.
Yeah, no, this is great. I love Central Park. I love walking. I'm trying to get like, the 10,000 steps a day or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, was reading about it. It's like, I guess you only need like 4,000 to decrease mortality from any cause, but if up to 20,000, you get extra like benefits a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I've been trying to shoot for like 10 to 20,000. It doesn't always happen, but
that's very good. We're two birds with one stone here then.
Yeah, exactly.
We're doing a podcast and we're getting our exercise in. So how did you like get the call for Wildin' Out? Like, how does that happen?
Well, yeah, it was pretty crazy because I didn't have an agent or anything, but when I was in college, I was doing a lot of improv and stand-up, and I was like, trying to figure out how to get something going with comedy. I didn't know, so I ended up like submitting to this online contest, and I actually won a contest to open up for Nick Cannon.
Oh, fun.
On his Showtime special when I was in college, so I got flown to Vegas with my friend. It was like really exciting. So I met him briefly, warmed up for him at his special, and then a couple of years later, after college, I sent a video to America's Got Talent, and I didn't have an agent or anything, but they liked the video, I guess, or they liked maybe they thought.
Was it the video of you with Nick opening up for him?
No, it was the same video I think I sent to that contest. It was just like a video from Comedy Club on State with just a really good audience.
Oh, that's a great club.
Yeah. So the audience was like super hot, and so that helped, I think.
Yeah.
But it also might have been they might have just been looking for like a nerdy comedian to make fun of. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, But it was fun. I got to do like 4 rounds of America's Got Talent, and Nick Cannon was hosting. And so I think from him seeing me there.
Did he remember you from the contest?
I think so, yeah, just vaguely. Or maybe I reminded him. I don't know. I don't know if he remembered me or not. But I guess from that, he thought I was funny. And yeah, so I got an email a little bit later after that.
Oh, wow.
I just got lucky. They happened to be rebooting Wild 'N Out around the time. And I had never, I wasn't super familiar with the show, so I just kind of did a crash course and started. I had never, I'd been doing a lot of improv and stand-up. I had never really rap battled or anything. So
yeah.
I was just, getting my roommates to rap battle me for practice in the living room.
Is it all, truly improvised? All the raps?
It's mostly improv, but there are, some of it you can kind of, practice in your head. It's definitely a mix where you can, try to come up with stuff, but usually, the funniest stuff is, having a comeback to what someone just said. So you're trying to stay in the moment. So it's kind of a mix, I guess.
So when you're filming for a day, would they be like, okay, today Jacob, you're gonna rap battle Maddie, so have be prepared to do that?
I guess the rap battle is kind of a free for all, honestly. Sometimes the cast will be like, hey, we should try to rap battle each other, but sometimes it's hard even just to physically get the microphone because everyone has stuff they want to say. So sometimes you have oh, I want to say this, but there's just too much going on, and so there's a lot of elements like that as opposed to
Are you saying it's pretty competitive amongst the cast to get airtime and stuff?
Sometimes, yeah. There's it's competitive, but it's in a friendly way too, because you're kind of. I feel like my favorite episodes are where everyone is making each other look good, or it's not fun if in a roast battle or something, if only one person is doing the best roast battle is similar to a rap battle, which on Wild 'N Out is very short form version of rap battle. Yeah, but it's fun when everyone's doing well. So you might try to give someone a warning oh, we should go against, so they have time to maybe try to think of stuff.
Very
and
cool.
Then that's usually the most fun. But sometimes it is just spontaneous, and you just kind of go after each other.
Wow.
So yeah, it's supportive but competitive, but it's definitely a lot of fun at the same time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
12 seasons. That's an incredible run, and you're still going strong, right?
Yeah. As far as I know, I heard I'm supposed to do another one coming up, but that's still we're figuring out the details of when.
How many episodes do you film in a week or so?
Or
how does filming go? Yeah.
They'll actually tape should we?
Where do you want to go?
Head that way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do it. That'd be nice.
But yeah, no. So they'll actually tape 3 episodes a day.
3 a day? Wow, that's a lot.
They've done 4 a day, or sometimes, and sometimes less. But
that seems like a lot to do in a day.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic. It kind of works because each episode takes 1 to 2 hours to shoot, and then there's a little downtime in between. It can be a little exhausting and stressful, but it's a lot of fun at the same time. So you're just kind of it is really energizing too, because you're always thinking of what am I gonna say? Let me practice improv warm-ups all day to get ready.
Wow.
It was funny actually. The last time I was taping though, this was another thing what I was talking about, where I don't seem like I'm on the show. Someone in the catering department, I was getting a coffee, and they weren't doing a bit again or anything, but they were what do you do? Are you a production assistant? And I had the uniform. I was oh,
pretty
no,
clearly on the show,
I'm in the
right?
cast. I'm gonna be on stage. It's my 12th season as a cast member.
That's so funny.
But I guess I just don't have the confidence or vibe of on-air personality.
That's really funny.
So yeah.
I don't know what this guy's doing. Hi there.
Hey. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is I feel like this is the John Wick scene, the end of the second one or something.
Totally.
And Almost Famous. Oh, I'm sure a ton of other movies.
I'm gonna flip the camera around so everyone can see what we're seeing, but it's really cool.
I think that statue up there is
the women's suffrage statue.
One of very few statues of women in the park. That's one of maybe a very small handful.
It's pretty sweet.
And Sheep's Meadow over there, great picnic area.
Magnets for $1? That's for steal.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
It's actually really good for New York.
It's literally a steal because no one's guarding them.
Yeah, yeah.
I collect magnets. I might.
Do you?
Go back for one later. I do. I have a ton of magnets from Broadway shows or museums or cities I've been to and stuff.
Do you like to see a lot of Broadway shows?
Yeah, I'm a big Broadway show fan.
Do you have an all-time favorite Broadway show?
I love Wicked.
Wicked's good.
Hades Town.
I never got to see that.
Sweeney Todd. Oh yeah, definitely worth checking out. I've had some interesting experiences too. I went to see The Kite Runner last minute because their other show was sold out. Someone they sold me their ticket for cheap to just play because they couldn't make it. So I went to see it. But it was like really intense. I was like expected to go see like a musical. It was a really intense play, but it was really good. And then I was on the train looking at the program, and this guy was like, "Oh, what'd you think of that play?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it was good." And I looked over. It was like the main actor from the play. It was just next to me on the A train.
That's crazy.
We just left at the same time, I guess.
That's really fun.
And so I'm glad I wasn't like, yeah, the play sucked, because like I didn't know who it was when he asked me.
That's really fun.
But he seemed really cool. He was great in the play.
I had a similar experience. I was listening to Hamilton on my phone.
Okay.
And Daveed Diggs was on the train.
Oh wow, that's
and
crazy.
I was like, it was just when the album came out.
So
it was still pretty new. He was still like, and I talked to him. I went up to him and I was like, "Hey man, great job in the show." You know, I was like, I was kind of, I'm always so awkward when I talk to people like that, because you know, even though people come and talk to me like that and to you like that, but it's just awkward when you're the person saying,
I know,
hey.
I always feel like I don't want to bother people, even though, I'm always like flattered if someone.
Yeah, I'm always flattered when people come up to me and talk to me and say hi. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Now, have you been getting recognized more and more?
Well, actually, another thing happened. Yeah, speaking of that, it was this security guy recognized me a couple times at a Broadway show, and so he invited me backstage to meet some of the actors.
That's so cool.
It was pretty cool. But
what show was it?
It was Thanksgiving play, and then it happened again for The Cottage, because it was the same theater.
That's cool.
But I felt like kind of awkward, because like I think I got there and I realized I think it was like a room for like friends of the cast that they already know. So it was cool. Like I was like, hey, great show or whatever. Yeah. But then I was like, I don't have the social skills to be like, just like I didn't even know what I was supposed to do.
Do you?
So I felt like I dropped the ball. But yeah.
Do you see a lot of shows by yourself?
I do. Yeah.
I like to do that too. I mean, like before my wife moved to New York, because when we were just dating before we got engaged.
Yeah.
I would go to Broadway shows all the time by myself.
Nice.
I go to like TKTS. I'd be like, give me
some good stuff.
one best available for this show. And usually I'd pay like $70 and get like a really good seat. Like, because of one single ticket.
There's some good deals. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Absolutely.
I liked it. It's really fun.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I love it. It's a lot of fun.
There's so many shows I want to see right now too, but they just are so expensive.
Yeah, I did find a decent deal for Merrily We Roll Along. That's the last one I saw that I really loved.
All right.
Really sad though, but fun.
The last show I saw was the Shark is Broken.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
I saw it for free.
Oh, nice. I did too, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's very nice.
Actually, yeah, someone has hooked me up with a couple of free tickets to that.
I belong to this website called Club Free Time.
Oh, that's great.
And it's like $2 a month or something.
I gotta
But they give you like, you can see Broadway shows for free. You know, if they need to like fill in the seats.
Okay.
I've seen some other. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like,
I'm gonna like write that down.
There's like orchestras, you can watch like music. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like super cheap. Club Free Time. Definitely recommend it for anyone in New York City on a budget.
I just read that in my
most people are on a budget, I think, in New York.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, I always love finding those hacks or whatever. But that's awesome.
So cool. All right, we're walking like towards the Bethesda Fountain in Central Park. It's a pretty mild day for December.
Yeah, not bad. It's been colder this time of year before.
I woke up this morning and I was like, first of all, my wife's out of town.
Okay.
So I'm pretty gross when my wife's out of town. Like I just like eat bad. So at like 12 last night I was in bed and I ordered like Taco Bell. I'm just like ate it in bed like a fat
Taco
man,
Bell,
just like a disgusting person.
Yeah, whenever I go there I get like literally probably 10 to 20 different items. I'm just like I can't decide. I want to try everything.
It's pretty good. And then this morning I went up and I went on a run because I was like, I need to run that off. I ran through the park here.
Oh, great.
And then after my run, I got McDonald's.
Okay.
But
there's some fun bubbles over there.
Oh yeah, but I'm a vegetarian, so I had to I ordered it without the meat, and then I cooked Beyond Meat at my apartment and it replaced it.
Cool.
I don't know if that's good or not.
No, that's great. That sounds like a healthy day.
It was not. I think it's a wash. It's like it was fun though.
I mean, vegetarian, that's good. I've always wanted to do that. I'm like...
Be vegetarian?
Yeah, I've never done it, but...
You can do it, it's easy.
It seems
healthy. It's easier now, because there's so many...
Yeah.
But I don't eat like a lot of vegetables. I'm not like into veggies.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I did do a really fun show at an all-women's college, and it went well, and I'm like, I might have to just never do shows in front of men again. I think I found my demo.
Yeah, you think you're just all women?
I'm just funnier to women.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think you're funnier to women?
They were like paying attention, and they were listening. They sat up front. They were like, had really good energy. They were like,
oh wow. They were mad?
Jokes.
Oh, they laughed at jokes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Like, I mean, this all sounds like very basic stuff, which a lot of good crowds do, but I guess, but yeah, you know, sometimes like a show, like people might not want to sit in the front, or they might heckle or whatever. And of course, women can heckle too or whatever, but it was just, yeah, it was just a really fun audience.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
I shouldn't generalize it. It was like just because it was women. There's lots of great audiences of all genders.
I think any attentive audience is fun to perform in front of.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Let's swing up this way here.
Okay, cool.
I always find that whenever they sit up close, it's going to be a good show.
Yeah,
but when you have people that leave like the first 10 rows open, you're like, what are you doing? Sit here. Come on. People pay big money to sit in the front sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fun Mariah Carey cover back there. I don't know if they can hear that on the... This guy's doing like a guitar.
Yeah, it's really
Mariah
good.
Carey.
Man, I love Christmas in the city.
I do too. I went to the other day, last night maybe, or the night before. I saw the Late Show and
You just went to the Late Show?
Oh no, sorry, the Light Show that they do on the wall of like Saks Fifth Avenue.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, it's across from the Rockefeller tree and stuff.
Oh, cool. Is that a nightly thing they do?
Yeah, it's every night from like certain hours until midnight, I think.
Wow.
It's like every 10 minutes they have like this light and music show. It has like different sponsors here. And then, yeah, it's great.
Is it packed with people?
It's pretty packed, but it's better than like, I think like the years during COVID, it was like took forever because they had to like space it out. But now it's like, yeah, you can kind of check it out at your own pace.
That's really cool.
It's a lot of fun.
What is like some of your favorite things to do in the city?
So
you have like a day off?
No, that's a good question. I love like the Met or any like museum, you know, museums. This park for sure is a go-to.
Yeah. Central.
I try to work out or do yoga.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and then yeah, I don't know, but definitely like I said, like walking, like checking out new neighborhoods or whatever neighborhood.
I like to
yeah.
At night when I'm on walks, I like to look in people's apartments.
Oh sure.
That's like so fun. Like snooping a little. Like
I know what you mean. That's why I also like right now that everyone has like Christmas trees in their windows, so it's less fun. It's less weird that I'm staring into their house. But yeah.
Here, let's cross here and then go back the way we came.
Okay, we have some horse traffic.
Some animal cruelty we have to avoid.
Yep.
All right. I say this a lot, but if my wife was here, she'd just start yelling at those guys.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty inhumane.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's good. So your joke writing is really specific. Like you write like. You're a great writer.
Thank you.
I really enjoy your jokes. And your special, by the way, is on YouTube.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm very proud of how it turned out.
Unemotional roller coaster.
Yep, free on YouTube.
That's pretty fun. I filmed at the New York Comedy Club, one of my favorite clubs in the city.
Yeah, I loved performing there. It was like such a fun place to record. The audience was great, and it's just like a really good size to capture the laughs.
Oh, it's a great room. It's a great club.
Yeah.
How do you write? Like, what's your writing process like? Take me through that journey. Like when you come up with an idea to when you like say it on stage.
Yeah, it's tough because it feels like it takes me a long time to think of stuff because a lot of my jokes are really short. But I try to like eventually, you know, put them together thematically or whatever, and like find ways to fit them together. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of times I just think of like a line at a time. So any time I think of something that might be funny to me, I like try to write it in a notebook or my phone notes. And then, you know, I'll find somewhere that I can try it on stage in like a low stakes environment. And
do you think we could look at like a recent note on your phone that isn't like a fully fleshed idea yet, and see if there's anything that we can like, not like write for you, but like, you know, just check out. Hey, maybe let's go down over here and we can cross this way.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a little different.
Good. Yeah.
I'm always fascinated with what people write in their notebooks. I mean, I have one too, and it's all like I date everything, every idea I date it, and I come back to it later and see if there's anything.
Yeah, I definitely have like things in here. I have like the pages dated and like little drafts of things I'm working on. Yeah, like I want to do something about how I don't have like a full joke really for this yet, but like when I worked, I was thinking about, because I was just in my hometown, and I was thinking about like my first job there, I worked in food service at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom, and there were some like really like bad practices where they would like try to save money. Like if the hot dogs like turned green and gray, like were going bad, they'd like turn them into corn dogs.
Oh no!
Because people couldn't tell.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's so gross.
Actually, I just So I thought of a new line yesterday of like maybe something like that they like the prize that came with the meals was food poisoning or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, that's something that is just like a disturbing memory that I'm like, maybe I can turn into a joke. I don't know yet.
That is disgusting.
But yeah, I don't know. It is it takes me forever to like think of jokes. There's a lot of like trial and error.
Yeah. I wonder whose dog this is. Sorry.
Oh yeah, there's a little cute dog with a sweater. Not sure who.
See their dog?
I don't know. It's very far away from. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, it's their dog. Okay. They're just like.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, very independent, I guess.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but
I was curious
like,
about that too.
All right, cool.
He was very far away.
Very far.
I guess, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. That's just like a really rough draft example of.
Yeah, that's funny. That's like, that could be. I could see that
into something.
I could definitely see that being turned into a bit. I always try to look at when I'm writing like my life experiences.
Yeah. So how about you? What's your writing?
Yeah, like lately I started like yesterday. You know when you're just like in the zone, like it rarely happens where I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is good. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. That happened to me last night. I wrote 2 bits. One about being bi-curious.
Okay.
And how I think everyone is bi-curious.
Okay.
You know, like just because you can be curious.
Right.
Doesn't mean you want to have act on it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
And just like that bit, and then there's a little more to it.
Okay.
But then I also wrote about cross country. And I ran cross country.
I used to do a ton of cross country and track for a year. Yeah, like all throughout middle school, high school, college. College, it was literally like year round, like cross country. Then I would do indoor and outdoor track. Like
wow.
It was intense. I think it really took a toll on my knees. But yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it was just too much. It was like a lot of distance running. It was too much.
It is. So I wrote about that.
Okay, that's
because I did it for 2 weeks in high school.
Oh, I see.
And
see, that's what I should have done. I stayed in way too.
But I'm a runner now, which is funny.
Like, see, that's what I'm talking about because I can't run as much now because I like wore out my knees from it. So that's the way to go. Do it casually.
Yeah, like I did 4 miles today.
That's great.
Not a lot, but I like 3 to 6 miles is like my sweet spot.
Yeah. I still do that a little bit. Yeah, I'll run like a couple miles or something. But
it just makes you feel good, Like
it is
anything
fun.
you kind of do throughout the day, you're like, well, at least I ran. At least I worked out. At least I did something to benefit myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of just like my writing process, think of my life.
Okay.
What's interesting. I write it out and it's not funny, and then I try and see what's like funny about it.
Yeah. I do a similar, like, when I'm really on my game, I'll definitely like listen to sets and take notes, and then I'll do free writing for a while. I don't do it as often as I'd like, but that stuff all helps for sure.
But it does take me a long time to write like a good joke.
No, same. Yeah.
And a lot of the times when I'm working on a bit and I really like this cross-country bit, like I could pound it out for like a month before it's even anything funny. But then I'll just get like a random one-liner will come to me and it's like better than the bit.
Yeah, exactly. Itself. Sometimes you're just in conversation and someone says something and you just naturally come up with a funny reply.
And that's so fun. I love when that happens.
And you're like, oh, that actually can work on stage. Like, yeah, it's weird how it can just happen effortlessly, or other times it takes a ton of effort and time, and it's so hard.
It's so frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when I'm just trying so hard to think of like a punchline, and like it is good, I think, to like back away, take a break for a little bit, and then come back to it a few months later. Like my strongest bit right now is a bit that I wrote in a notebook maybe 4 years ago. And like tried it at the Comedy Cellar maybe once, and it didn't really work, so I just threw it away. I just didn't think much about it, and then I brought it back. I don't even know how I brought it back, but I like remembered it. Oh, I think I was looking through an old joke book and found it and tried it again, and it like crushes, and I close on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of fun when that happens.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I heard there's like some comedians talk about how they're like the bits that are like the hardest to get to work in the beginning end up being like their best like bits.
I mean, I love when a good bit to me takes a lot of like forethought and mapping, where like things come back and like it's a smart way of thinking of things. But
no, I guess some of my favorite bits definitely took a while.
I also like very silly stuff, which I think why I like your stuff a lot too.
Oh,
like
thanks.
The way you opened up your special, like with a joke about looking like, well, I don't want to give it away, but
that's fine.
But you look like a Bible. What is it? A Bible study leader?
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's like so funny because it's like I love starting a set with like a self-deprecating joke like that. It kind of sets the tone.
If we cut this way and like
over it? Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's always
thank
fun.
you. I appreciate that. No, it's weird because I love silly jokes. Sometimes I am worried about being hacky or something because I actually really love like a lot of things that might be like too easy, like jokes about what I look like or wordplay or like
I think that's fine.
Certain like gimmicky because that's just like how my brain works. I love like silly jokes like that.
Yeah.
But I do try to like be honest about my life too and like kind of incorporate that into. So I don't know.
Who are some of your like comedic influences?
Since I do a lot of one-liner, I think that kind of started because I was always a big fan of like Dimitri Martin when I saw him on TV on Conan when I was younger, because it was like the first time I saw someone kind of closer to my personality who wasn't necessarily like super naturally like big and loud and like extroverted. Yeah. And it was cool to see someone who, like kind of laid back but like killing and like had really clever jokes and stuff. Yeah. So, and I was a big fan of Conan in general, obviously, even though he wasn't a comedian, but I loved like a lot of the comedians on his show. That's awesome. And then Mike Birbiglia, just his like my girlfriend's boyfriend. And
that was a good show. Yeah.
Yeah, Sleepwalk With Me was like super emotional to me. I loved seeing that.
Would you ever think about writing like a one-man show about your life like that?
Yeah, I'd like to. I don't know if I have like that muscle of like telling like because like I said, like I kind of naturally gravitate towards like more one-liners and silly jokes, but I do try to like be honest and talk about my life too. So yeah, I don't know. I'd have to like figure out if I have a story that would fit for that kind of thing. But because I love watching it. I actually just saw Rob Ryan is doing a really great one-man show like that right now at Soho Playhouse. That's like very moving but funny. Like has great jokes and so I love seeing that.
Is it about his life?
Yeah, so it gets like really dark and personal talking about his family, but it's
I don't think I know him.
Super funny. Yeah, and honestly, I don't know him super well, but I checked it out. I highly recommend that if anyone is.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Anyone is.
I love going to the Soho Playhouse.
But
it's a fun spot.
But yeah, I love seeing one-person shows, and it's just like I said, plays and stuff. So maybe someday I'm actually, and then I'm doing a part of my friend's play coming up. That's like, he wrote like a take on. Like a Christmas Carol, like, but it's like if the ghosts visited Bob Cratchit and told him to be more assertive.
That's funny.
And so I'm playing like the ghost of Jacob Marley.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is like maybe typecasting because my name is Jacob.
Yeah,
maybe. But it's like a really fun character. So I'm excited about that.
That's cool. When's that gonna play?
That's December 22nd at the Pit.
Oh wow, that's exciting.
So stuff like that is fun. But of course, my main thing is like doing stand up and.
And
like,
you have looks like looking at your website a ton of dates coming up.
Oh yeah, so I'm not sure when this comes out, but yeah, if you're in New Bedford, December 15th, I'll be there, and Scranton on New Year's Eve. A
New Year's Eve show, that's fun.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And then January, I think the first week of January, I'll be in Hartford, and then Fairfield, Connecticut, January 20th, and then I think like the 25th through the 27th, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's great.
So yeah, and then some other stuff coming up. So I'm excited. Yeah, it's been fun. I'm touring with like a new hour of stand-up. It's different than the special on YouTube.
Wow.
So I'm really excited. It's like, I feel like it's coming together.
And how long does it take you to come up with a new hour after you release your special?
It's tough to know because it's like right now I feel like it's kind of getting to where I want it. But it's been a few years. Like I think I recorded that special in the summer of 2019. So it's been like a few years. So kind of had like drafts of it for a while, but I feel like right now it's at a place where I'm like feel really comfortable doing it for an hour and like
that's awesome.
So I'm hoping to eventually do that as a special and stuff. But no, it's been exciting just like seeing how it works in different cities and in Toronto, Buffalo, Baltimore, all over like the East Coast and then of course in like Colorado and wherever they'll have me too. But,
that's great. Do you how long did it take you to write like your first hour of stand-up?
The first hour, I think the first time I did an hour on stage, I was like maybe 4 or 5 years into stand-up. And so I remember the first time I did one, it was for this like company's private event. And like, it probably wasn't very good, but I was like so excited that I'd just done an hour because I'd never done it. So they were like, that wasn't that good. I'm like, yeah, but it was an hour. I was like just so happy about that. And then the next one I did was at a college. I think it went well because they were more like my type of like demographic for my comedy. And so that was pretty fun just like doing an hour, the first few times.
Oh yeah, it's so fun to do. Like my first hour was like 2 years ago. And it was in March it'll be 2 years. And it was so fun. I was so nervous.
Yeah, I remember how nerve-wracking it is the first time you do something like that.
Because it's like the first time I did like like a set at the club. They're like 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, I got 15.
Right.
But really, you don't. Like, because like really, you say you think you have 15, you have 5.
Yeah, and it's different for like, each time you do a different type of show. Like when I did the Barclays Center, it was like 15,000 people.
Wait, when was this?
This was like last year. I was part of like an April Fool's comedy jam show with like Lil Kim and T.I.
How'd you get this?
My friend Rib Michaels, I think, had me on it, who I know from Wild and Out. He's
That's
like,
unbelievable.
Really funny comedian. And it was a tough show for me because I was following like, you know, Lil Kim and all these like very famous, like energetic.
You had to follow them?
Yeah, like she went up first, and then there were some like very high energy veteran comedians that were like had to leave early and like
I see.
and stuff like that. And so it went fine. Like I had some fun moments, but there was also like some of the crowd was really tough to handle because there was a lot of like rowdy heckling and whatever. And so that was like a new experience. Like it's always like interesting like doing comedy in a new environment. Or I did like the Naked comedy show recently.
You did?
Yeah, that was.
You got Naked into comedy?
Yeah, they have a show where like it's in like a private event kind of space that I think does sex parties normally. Or
Where is this?
Hacienda in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And they do like stand-up shows, and I did one. I was really terrified. But it was
this
like
recently?
Yeah, this was like a few months ago, I think. But yeah, I put it on my Patreon as like the waist up, but like the full video. And because I had a lot of riffs about like the situation, and then it was like actually super fun, like super supportive. But yeah, things like it's always fun finding new things that are like out of your comfort zone. That would terrify me. Like I've talked to Harrison Greenbaum about because he did a Naked comedy show too, but that was when he was first starting out. But it seems like you are already like established and don't really need like the stage time, right? I mean, like it seems like you doing it just so. But I'm always like, you know, I'm always hoping for more stage time. Like I feel like there's always more to learn.
Totally, I agree. I agree.
Like, and you also like, I feel like you get more material and like perspective out of just like putting yourself in weird new situations. You know?
Totally. Did they like allow cameras and videos of that show?
Everyone that wanted to could like video themselves, but yeah, they definitely made sure no one was like filming in the audience or anything like that.
That's
so
cool.
It was like kept very like professional and respectful and very like supportive audience. Like,
wow, you have big balls, no pun intended, for doing that. That's incredible.
But yeah, I know you mean, because that's like what now like those kind of things are what gets me that feeling you're talking about. Like when you first do an hour, like when you first do stand up, it's so scary, and then eventually it gets like you're more used to it. Which hopefully.
So it's the same thing about being naked and doing comedy?
I don't know. I've only done that one, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like fun to find those things that are still out of your comfort zone. So like trying new things like that. Yeah. I
have like this bit that went viral about my wife and I honeymooning at a nudist resort. Accidentally.
Yeah.
And last week, I had a lady who books entertainment for a nudist resort contact me. And she wants me to. It's in Michigan. And she was like, "Do you want to perform at it?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I want to wear clothes." She's like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Oh, okay.
I was like, "All right, I'll do it."
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Could be fun. Could be fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds fun.
I don't know. We'll see. You know, I like new experiences too. But,
yeah, absolutely.
Well, like I also don't want to like. I don't know. Within reason.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know if I could do a naked comedy show, but
sure, that's fair.
But I mean, never know. Never say never.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's fun to try. Like, yeah, like you said, like things that are not like super dangerous per se, but are like, you know, out of your comfort zone. I feel like that's always good.
Totally. Well, Jacob, we did it. We walked through Central Park. We talked and we walked.
Yep.
Where can people find you?
I'm on social media, Mr. Jacob Williams on like TikTok, Twitter,
Mr. Jacob Williams.
And then, and then like you said, my comedy special is on my channel on YouTube. It's free. It's an hour of stand-up, and I have other videos and stuff on there. I do have the Patreon I mentioned, I guess. And then I don't know. My website's jacobwilliamscomedy.com. I'm trying to get an email list going. I gotta get more
organized. I'm trying to do that too. It's hard. Everyone sign his mailing list. Sign my mailing list, please. It goes a long way, really.
Yeah.
I was talking to this social media guy this morning. He's like, "You got to get a mailing list." I'm like, "I have one."
Right.
He's like, "How many people clicked?" Like, I was like, "A couple hundred, not a lot. I need more. I need more people."
Yeah.
Signing up.
Yeah, I'm so bad with that stuff. But
me too.
But yeah, my tour dates are on my social media and website, and I do shows around New York, like I mentioned. So
come
check
see
those
Jacob.
out.
He's funny. He's a very funny guy, and he is on Wild 'N Out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. Talkie
it doesn't seem
Walkie.
like it.
We
Okay.
did it.